It's a confrontation you will only see here. Target 8 tracked down a troubled doctor after learning he was treating patients again. When the city of Muskegon shut down an abortion clinic because of unsafe conditions, Target 8 promised to track that doctor who ran that clinic. Last year, Target 8 investigator Ken Coker uncovered cases where Dr. Alexander allegedly performed failed abortions that put women's lives at risk. But even we were surprised to learn where Alexander landed after leaving West Michigan. Ken Coker found him in Detroit, where he was treating patients at an STD clinic. That clinic runs on taxpayer dollars. This all comes despite a new complaint filed by the state accusing Alexander of incompetence and negligence.
Excuse me, Dr. Alexander. My name's Ken Coker. I'm a reporter from Wood TV. The new complaint filed by the state attorney general alleges incompetence and negligence while he was running the former women's medical services in Muskegon. It also shows that by late last year, Alexander had moved on, that he was the director of a sexually transmitted disease center in Detroit. Last week, we found him running a different STD clinic on Woodward Avenue.
I don't know how anyone would hire him because it's hard enough for me, to get a job, and I just worked for him.
She worked for him for 3 years, she told us, as the manager of his clinic in Muskegon, right up until it closed in December 2012. Records show she even worked as his nurse without a nursing license. So you were not a licensed nurse?
No, never.
But you did nursing procedure.
I did nursing procedures.
Including giving shots. She did not want to be identified. Are you surprised he still has his license?
Yes. I'm very surprised.
She is also surprised she hasn't gotten a call from the state. And you would be willing to talk to the state?
Yes.
If the state does call her, she said, she would have a lot to say.
My last really where I was like, he has to be stopped is I came in and I found a sink full of dirty needles. And he was cleaning them. And he was getting ready to reuse them on women to give them the medication.
So you watched him pull out
a dirty needle out of the sink.
Out of the sink that he had cleaned. And you saw him use it on another patient?
Yes.
She said it was her complaint to Right to Life of Michigan in June 2012, 6 months before the clinic closed, that led to the latest allegations of incompetence and negligence by the state attorney general. What about the blood all over the place?
That's typical. He would, as soon as he would get done with the procedure, he would, have it on his hand. He would touch the walls. He would walk all over.
And then there was the broken ultrasound machine, which she said left him guessing how far along his patients were.
The ultrasound machine was broken. So he would just do a vaginal exam and, guess that way.
He would guess how many weeks?
Yes.
She said she would also tell the state about botched abortions that she witnessed.
There was quite a few that had to go in and get a DNC. Some of them had to be hospitalized. A couple of them actually had to get a complete hysterectomy.
In the latest complaint, Alexander blamed her, identifying her by name. He said that you told him you were a licensed practical nurse.
No.
That never happened?
Never.
But he failed to verify your credentials.
Never.
He also said it was her job to clean the office, which she denies.
This man is really a danger, not only to women, but also all patients that he sees.
It was Senator Tonya Schuitmaker who co-authored legislation in response to a Target 8 investigation. Target 8 revealed how earlier allegations of botched abortions were dismissed without investigation by the former head of the State Board of Medicine, Dr. George Shade, who had years earlier helped Alexander get his medical license back. Alexander had served prison time for selling illegal prescriptions.
The evidence is clear that he should not have a license, and it's only a failure in the system that really allows him to still practice today.
She was surprised Detroit hired him. Last week, Target 8 confronted Alexander outside the Detroit clinic. My name's Ken Coker. I'm a reporter from Wood TV. We're doing a story about the allegations of incompetency, and wondering if you might want to talk about that. The next day, he resigned, effective immediately.
Wow. Again, that was Target 8 investigator Ken Kolker. State officials refused to comment on this, citing the pending allegations. But we did hear from the nonprofit that runs that Detroit clinic, and they said they knew about Alexander's criminal history when they hired him, but not about the troubles at the Muskegon clinic. They also were not aware of any of the latest allegations.